So what do you do when you've got 10 days to go until a 2-week holiday and a massive list of things that need to get done? I'm Antoinette and I go live every Sunday round about this time in what I'm calling my Sunday Soul Search series. And I'm going to do this for a year and see how we go after that. So last Saturday, I was sat on a train on the way to London for a team picnic, which I knew I would love, but didn't have time to spend an entire day back and forth to London with this list of what felt like an impossible amount of things to do before I went away on holiday. And I just felt like my brain is going to explode. I don't think I can get it all done. It's been very rare for me as a business owner and an owner of 3 different businesses to have a 2-week holiday. It's a new habit, something that I only started last year, which completely revolutionised my life. But on that train, on the way in, when I suddenly saw the countdown, because yes, I am like that child at Christmas, I love a countdown. When I saw that countdown saying 10 days to go, I suddenly realised I've got a lot to do, and I'm somehow disappearing for a half of an entire month. And when you own your own business, those things don't disappear. There is no somebody else can cover those bits of work for you. Or so I thought. So what do? Well, the first thing I did was sit down and empty my head, because that is one of the biggest things that can lead me to overwhelm and then all sorts of debilitating behaviours. So the first thing was see the reality, because your brain can play tricks on you. Your brain tells you that all these things that you've got to do, you're never going to get through, and that narrative just keeps spinning around your head. So I made this massive list on the train on the way in. And then I did something that I have never done before. So I'm a woman that loves to plan. You'll know that one of my businesses is about helping business women to make plans to help them get out of overwhelm and into action. And I'm, up until last Saturday, I've made macro plans. So in month 1, I'm going to do this. In month 2, I'm going to do that. Blah, 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 blah. And in year 5, I'm going to conquer the world. But with this entire long list, and all the meetings that I have as a church leader, and all the friendship commitments that I have, and other things happening in my personal life as well as business life and work life, I just wrote it all down, and then I just set about putting it into days, first of all. So where does that all fit? Then I set about putting times by each one. Okay, if that meeting, which is a fixed point, is happening then, what time do I need to do A, B, and C? And then I prioritised everything. I started with that. When is my best time of the day? Typically for me, it's the morning. When is my worst time of the day for detailed work, but best time for people stuff? Typically the afternoon. So I prioritised what went in, made sure that it was people, face-to-face people stuff in every day, all the thinking stuff in the morning, and I put times by everything. And so I made this 10-day detailed plan. I've never done so far in advance before. I normally do a plan every night for the next day, and I might go as far as to put some things in, blocks in, for 2 more days after that, or even for the week, but not to actually sit down and do the fine details. And then, oh my goodness, I worked that plan. So the plan is still not over. I've got 3 days left to holiday. And today is not a working day, it's Sunday. I'm at church on Sunday, but 2 more working days. And it's been absolutely incredible. It's meant that there's nothing buzzing around my head. If there's even the slightest thing, I just put it down on the plan, in the ThinkPad part of my planner, and then deal with it in the day. But essentially, anything in my head right now is not essential, is non-essential. Everything that is essential is down on that planner with an hour to do. But here's the kicker. So a few years ago, I would make a daily plan, and I would cram everything into it. And then things like, oh, I need the loo, or oh, I need to eat, or oh, I've had an interruption, constantly happened every day. And I'd never get through everything on the list. So actually, in every day now, thanks to my dear friend Kim, there is also space to breathe. So it allows for those unexpected things. It allows for a loo break. It allows for me to make meals that are going to nourish my body, nourish my mind, give me the energy I need at different points of the day, and allow me just to sit and stare into space for 10 or 15 minutes here and there as well. So I really want to encourage you, if you're out there and feeling a little bit overwhelmed, feeling like there's just not enough hours, days, whatever, months of the year to get everything done, get it all out of your head, make a long list. If you need to, make a plan far in advance, but leave margins, leave spaces to stop and smell the roses, whatever that looks like. For anyone that saw Monday's ridiculous day, I know that it looked crazy, but by the end of that, I was buzzing. I felt a real sense of calmness and accomplishment. Everything that I needed to get done got done. There were points in the day where I breathed a little. So I think the only thing that I want to work on while I'm away on holiday is time with God, because that's the thing that I felt has not been deep enough or rich enough. And so in the plans going forward, you could see from Monday's plan, I had a bit of time with God in the morning, but it was hurried. It wasn't rich enough. And so I want to make sure that I factor those in, especially the busier I get, the deeper I want to be able to go and get with God as well. So I am sharing it from a slight place of smugness, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm working my plan like a pro. But yeah, I just want to encourage you, if that's you and you're feeling like life's impossible. And the final thing from a friend called Matt at church this evening, where I was still saying, I've got 3 days to go, I don't know if I'm going to grab it all in, knowing in my head, you are going to, because you've written a plan. He turned to me, deadpan serious, and I said that, well, you know, that when you own a business, there's just things that you have to do and no one else can do, and you know, it's going to burn my business down. And he just looked at me deadpan and said, is it really going to burn your business down? Is it really going to cause your family to come to an absolute standstill? Is it really going to make your life crumble if some things don't happen? I think that's a really great question to maybe write across the top of any planners or digital diaries that you've got. The world is not going to burn down if not everything on this list happens. So prioritize you in the middle of all of that, of a stressful time. Make a plan, work it like a pro, and get on out there and do the things that you love. So that is me checking out for this week. Next week, I will gloriously, I was about to say, I'll have a date with you in Tunisia next week, but I won't be. I don't want to see any of you in Tunisia, just putting it out there. But I will go live next Sunday. And actually, I think I want to talk about friendship again, because that's something that's been bubbling around in my mind this week. So have a great Sunday evening. Have a great week ahead. And if you need help planning, let me know. Take care all.